Let me start with the Ghanaian Times, but let me go to the front page because there's renewed Boko chieftaincy conflict. 20 shot dead, many others injured. Hopefully, they can get to the bottom of the matter. And Parliament impasse deepens as businessman files case against recall of Parliament. And we heard this morning from yesterday's issue was that the Speaker also has difficulties when he can or ought to be served. The indication is that they agreed Monday. And some other indication, I'm sure you have seen the circular on that. And so he's taxed deputy clerk to write to the registrar of the Supreme Court that take back your service and do it at the appropriate time.
Is the body language for me?
Is it the one I'm using or the one that I sense that in the writing that you say no, take back. And of course, that can be a nuanced form of reacting to a bigger issue that he might have and all of that. But we still want to get to the bottom of this matter. Yeah. The majority MPs have indicated their wish to have Parliament sit, and we want to know whether this has anything to do, because I've seen a member of Parliament on the NDC side say it's an indication that they as MPs, they are still, as in minority MPs, are still in the majority because the Speaker cannot recognize receipt of anything close to that. As to whether that is different from what the Speaker read the day that he actually made the pronouncement that there was no quorum, so they are moving on. And interestingly, the people who fail to present themselves fail to be present because they're not being called majority. Now are asking for special sitting rights.
In all of this, our leaders must know that Ghanaians, there's actually a survey which came out yesterday that Ghanaians are almost equally split on this matter. Okay, some are happy about it, others are not happy about it. Because this is dividing us, why don't you restore the situation as it was before your disagreement over who becomes majority or minority? Let's do that, and then address the issues in the court.
No, I am even more concerned about the reputation that they as politicians get from this more. And they should not get it wrong. If they are really sat down, review the Afrobarometer details, it doesn't spare anybody, from government MPs through to minority people and all the other groupings related to this. They are all being basically trusting these institutions have all waned. And it's something that we should spend quality time looking at. What are the implications for our politics? Especially mindful of what's happening in the sub-region and people's expression. So what I'm trying to say here is that opposition political parties, in the year 2012, 54% of Ghanaians trusted them. Now, they are also at their all-time low in 2024. 28% opposition political parties. So it's not just, and members of Parliament in general have also dipped generally to the lowest ever. It used to be in 2017, 58% of Ghanaians trusted them. We are talking about only 24% of the people in this republic, according to the Afrobarometer, trusting members of Parliament. It doesn't discriminate. It doesn't say MPP or NDC. It puts them together and gives them that bad tag. Only 24% of the people in this republic, just 2017, that President Akufo-Addo came into office, their trust levels were 58%. It's less than half that now. Since that time, I think in all their dealings, I am expecting them to be mindful of the feedback that people are giving them through these means. Not the people that they can give money to, say honorable to them.
You know what they usually do? They remain arrogant. They think that they know what they're doing until election results come. Then they get to know, the people were actually thinking.
In any proper state, the entire political class will be having a meeting about why trust in all these institutions are dipping. And it's in governance. It's in your democracy. It's in the system you are put in place as governance. If trust in members of Parliament is at all-time low, trust in opposition parties are all-time low. I mean, we've talked about the police. We'll talk about, yes. So ask yourself. And on the other side, the areas where trust is at its apex, the military and the other areas. See, think deeply about it. Mostly sensible people in state or even maybe academics will spend quality time fashioning out a way to solve some of these problems. But we are too busy doing unnecessary things. We are too busy still driving that car when we know it is faulty and problematic,
And
when we know that there should be action now.
There's actually a part. There's a part of this survey that says that people want more and more people are now tilting towards a different way of selecting leaders. Something different from voting.
Let me ask you. I mean, do we not know why nobody's interested in correcting this problem? None of our state institutions is interested in improving people's trust in them. I mean, what do you need trust for? Is it not to solve problems and
of course,
effectively do whatever you were created
and again,
to do?
To exist.
Thank you. But they are not there to solve our problems.
Why?
They are not there to fix Ghana. They are not there to function. No, they are there to make whatever they can make out of it for themselves and go home. They don't need trust for that. So when will it become important for them to take a survey and say, hey, people don't trust us, so it will undermine our ability to do our job. Let's figure out how to correct it. I mean, what?
Yeah. Now, if you have MPs who can, snatch ballot papers inside the House of Parliament and be running around with it, how do you expect people to continue to trust you?
But maybe it's also our problem. How on earth was it possible that a group of people, discerning people, were able to elect such a person? Shouldn't we equally be taking the blame for it? Precisely. Because it is our people, legitimate Ghanaians in an area, went to the polls and elected an individual who undermines the entire thinking around democracy.
Yeah.
There's a quote from Dr. Pakwesi Ndub that I never will forget. This interview was in, I think, 2015. He says, look, if you go to Parliament House and see some people there and the kind of things that are coming out of their mouth, and they tell you that thousands of people, he was able to convince thousands to vote for him and bring him there, you wonder what's going on the ground.
Yeah. It beggars belief.
All right, before I move on, government aid to invest in irrigation to boost all year round farming, sensible admonition. Yeah. But as usual, we will pretend we are doing something. Yeah. Now the Ghana Health Service targets 2.6 million children for ongoing nationwide deworming. And I don't Kojo, when was the last time you went through any deworming process?
Oh God, I was a kid.
Really?
I was a child.
Why? For yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you should be doing that.
Yes.
Every 6 months or so.
I remember when I was young, the rule was that every 6 months they have to take some pill, but then my stomach will have difficulties. Yeah. Then,
I mean, is it not an option to eat food that doesn't contain worms? Is that not an option available to?
But how do you know?
You wouldn't know.
How do you know? Because could you see most of the places we go to.
So this is where we are now. We cannot verify that the food our citizens are eating is devoid of worms. We can't verify that.
Because I think that Ghanaians have a different thing when it comes to first, because they don't see the worms in their food. That's first and foremost the problem. But they don't know whether the eggs or the worms are in their food or even microbes are in their food.
But this is all a matter of hygiene. Any other part of the world, this is and in fact, why am I saying any other part of the world? In Ghana, we have employed people, health and then inspectors.
Yes.
Their job is to go around and make sure that every person making food for the public is doing it to a standard. And I think the absence of worm eggs or whatever they are called, larvae or whatever, is one of the standards, is it not?
Yes,
I sincerely hope it is.
But yes.
So what is Sammy saying?
You should get it right.
No. I'm here listening to you. This one that is engaging in.
I mean, honestly, we already have people that we've paid. What's the difficulty? Why is it possible for there to be food out there containing worms, for which reason we must all be deworming every 6 months?
Some of that food contains feces, even feces. So
exactly, cholera. Yes, you're right. Hey, babe.
Yeah.
No, but well, in all fairness, so please deworm, okay? Yes.
Yeah, just deworm. In
Yes.
fact,
It is prudent advice that you
after every
deworm
6 months,
consistently.
think
I
you
haven't
on
done
y-
that
on
since-
your own.
So
I haven't done that since I was a child. I
that's the
promise you.
point, and I'm asking myself. You know, my mother has way of always giving me some reminders I don't like. Like one of these, have you dewormed? When she sends me that message, I'm not sure how to react to that.
You know
That's the point.
You know why?
Every
You know
6
why
months,
I've been doing this religiously. So I was told that if you don't do that after 6 months, the worms will become snakes.
Bye, Fred Smith.
So we're talking about accumulation. No, I think that it's accumulation.
Well, I mean,
Accumulation that can
that's
affect
one
your
of the
system.
things People say, okay. They say to scare kids.
Yeah.
No, but accumulation that can cause problems to your system.
Obviously.
And also
Yeah.
because sometimes we don't see it's not like the impact of say malaria, where feverishness and all the other things are attendant immediately to it. There are sometimes accumulation of worms in our system that we do not immediately work around. Now, I hope you get my point.
This is such a disgusting problem to have. Eh?
All right. Anyway, yes.
Okay, so let me take the Daily Guide newspaper. The Oti chiefs declare support for Baumia. He's been campaigning there. I'll make the Commonwealth relevant. Aikobuche. She returned home yesterday after her election
Congrats to
in
her.
Samoa. Yeah. Ashanti clergy embraces education reforms, and speakers Kojo of African parliaments, they've been meeting, and our speaker has been speaking there. He says parliaments must lead Africa's global response. Okwe launches manifesto for Dom Kwabena. Yeah, and we've not talked about football. There was the Ballon d'Or last night, and Manchester City footballer Rodri won it. We understand Vinicius Junior from the entire Real Madrid team decided not to go. Yeah, but I mean, it was fun. It was a nice.
They say some coach has been sacked. That's also been in the news.
Yeah, 20 hugs, just 10 hugs.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Yeah. All right. Let's do the online review. And it's brought to us this morning by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goyle Good Energy. Goyle, Yenara, India. So 447,698 students have gained automatic admission as 2024 school placement results are released. Remember, we were talking about the very strange rush to send kids back. When in fact placement hadn't even happened at the time. Now we know that about 447,600 students have been given admission, but how many have not?
Well, that's 94, more than 94%. So it's impressive. Those who did not, a good number have been placed in schools similar to what they chose.
Right.
And even that they can accept or reject and still choose another school that they prefer. So placement centers have also been set up. So all of these are good, except that, look, the placement result was released last night, 28th, today, 29th, tomorrow, 30th, they are going to school. And how much time does that give any parent to prepare?
That's crazy.
You know, how much time does that give any parent? And I've been through it before. So I know the difficulties in putting all of these together. You know, the difficulties in, getting the trunk, buying books. In fact, it took me about 3 days to find all the books that my daughter was going to need. 3 days. Look, the parents don't have, they have just hours to go shopping around town. And, around this time, prices of, school items for your prospectors always go up.
Yeah, I mean, high demand, so naturally.
Demand goes up, and so prices also do. Where are parents going to raise that money from? I mean, it's good. I mean, once your child is in JHS 3, you can start preparing for some other things. But you don't know. You never know which school your child is going to end up in.
So you can't buy in advance.
You can't buy in advance.
But I thought they had a uniform prospectus, which was basically from the GES level through.
Yeah, they have the harmonized prospectus, but there are school specifics that you must get. So, in spite of that being available, so for instance, you can buy your trunk. It will never change. You can. In fact, some schools don't accept the trunk. they accept suitcases. Those are school-specific things that you need to look
So
at.
you really there's quite a number of things that you have to wait until you know the school before you can buy.
And you can't buy Shato when you are in JHS. You have to buy it when you are going. You can't buy any uniform. Yeah, you can buy singlets, slippers and a few things, detergents. Even for detergents, some schools demand certain brands. You need to wait and hear from those schools before you can go. And so there's too much rush to get there. Yesterday, my daughter, who was in SHS 1, finished her examination. This morning, she's in SHS 2. Yes, just like that. Just like that.
Oh, Charlie.
No, but this has been explained. In all fairness,
the thing
that
that disturbs me is, and you remember we talked about this. The thing that disturbs me is that whatever it seems we are eager to correct cannot be more important than the effect it's having on the children. It can't possibly be. Whatever it is, whatever alignment we are trying to bring to this timetable, if we decided to do it more gradually, would we still not get there?
I say gradually how?
Well, I mean, they seem to be in a rush to turn things around so that what's it called?
It is aligned with the West African calendar.
Yeah.
I do not see where the problem with that is.
No, but why must it happen immediately and cause this kind of difficulty?
Even with this one, I don't see where the problem with transitioning from a first year to second year within the same week is.
Oh, you think it's fine?
I don't see where the problem really is. Hold on. When did they go to school? They went to school a couple of months ago. Hope you get what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
They have been in school since December of 2023. You get what I'm trying to say. So intermittently they'll come back on break and go back to the school. They have run those 2 semesters. If we are raising concerns about contact hours, which is not what I'm hearing people say now, if you're also raising concerns about, and I actually felt that they've had a lot of holidays in between. So it's not about time to relax and break off. I don't know if you get my point. So yes, they are continuing into the second year with the same set of teachers, with perhaps the same set of educational material. If there is the problem, and that's my difficulty, if we are saying that no, they are going to spend less number of days in school, as in contact hours, that will be a problem for me. If you are saying they are not going to get the actual instructional hours and the people to teach them, that will be a problem for me. I feel that yes, they might find it, it's sudden. But what is the difficulty with just making it sudden?
You see, I think maybe the fact that I went through the O-level, A-level system, 7 years in school before I went.
And we agree this is not normal. This is a corrective process.
Before I went to university. But it's a corrective process that is affecting a certain cohort of children, right? And I know how important it is to be prepared before you enter university.
Yeah.
You can't have your mother with you in university, visiting you every weekend. You have to be a matured adult. Otherwise, you will fail as a university student.
Yeah, that's true.
And I feel like the speed with which these kids are ending up in the university because of this correction that we are trying to achieve is problematic. And no one has assessed it. As usual, we don't assess things.
But this is just first year.
So,
you know that, right?
Yeah, but you
first year
understand,
that commenced in December 2023.
By the time your daughter is going to university, how many years will she have been in secondary school?
Well, that's 2.
2 years.
2.
It will be 2.5 years, like most of us spent in school.
It would
by July or so, you are writing exams for going to school. In fact, most of us even in second year started writing the exams in preparation. Some even left. In fact,
that's because your head is big. Let's talk about normal people.
In the United Kingdom, they have started putting people in jail for attacking people needlessly, body shaming.
We should make time and talk about
yes,
more
no
about
problem.
This. Yeah, absolutely. All right. So, but that is on myjoyonline.com. You can go read more about it. City Newsroom has some stories as well. You can certainly go learn about calls to support Ayoko Butche, Shirley Ayoko Butche. Now, Halloween partygoers pushed boundaries in Shanghai last year, and this year the police are taking notice. So it went a bit crazy last year. I remember the stories on BBC and CNN about it. This year, I think the police have decided not to be caught with their pants down. So that's it.